Alright guys, I am the president of Bookseller Association as well as the chairman of the Book Industry Chamber. The thing is that all of us know that data is important and it will impact book selling, and ultimately we are a business entity. How does book data help us to improve our business and generate more income and revenue? We would like to welcome Mr. Vikrant from Nielsen Book Data to share a little bit more. Okay, from the perspective of bookseller, we want to know how do we start, where do we go as a bookseller, how do we participate in the book data program that Nielsen has. Over to you.
I think before I say how, I want to give the confidence to every bookseller, whether they are online, they are brick and mortar, they are airport stores, booksellers, that their individual data remains very confidential. No one sees individual data. Everyone sees the market information. The whole purpose of the exercise of BookScan, which is operative in many Western world, including India, UK, Ireland, and many more markets. The exercise that we do is aggregation of the data. The objective of and the vision of that whole BookScan objective is that we want to create market report. So individual retailers' data remain confidential. It's not been going to give to anyone. So for example, I received XYZ retailers' data. The publisher or media house or in fact their competition will not receive their individual information. For that, we signed the non-disclosure agreement, so it is protected by the contract that says that Nielsen is not allowed to use their data for individual reporting, but only be permitted to use for market report creation. So how they participate in the panel is that one, they need to trust on Nielsen because it's a brand which is globally recognized, and we are not only doing category only books, we are doing the same work across the categories. They need to feel trust and confident on the power of Nielsen. What they have to do is if they have a system in their bookstore, it means they can participate in the BookScan panel. We can come and make the presentation so that they can feel more confident about how it works. So what we collect from the bookstore is ISBN number, quantity being sold again to that ISBN, and the price, because we want to track what is the value of the price, how much discounting happening in the market for a book. And then we also track the date, so we follow Sunday to Saturday, that's a weekly cycle for us. Sometimes we have seen in the market that mistakenly because of technology glitch, seller has sent Sunday to Sunday, so there's an additional day being applied to that, so we follow dates. And we also give the outlet code, so if the chain has 8 shops, we want to receive 8 shop data all the time, so that technology should not miss out any date. Otherwise, what will happen is that the market share will look artificially drop because mistakenly one of the outlet hasn't been sent the data. So we have only 4 or 5 parameters that we collect from bookseller. So bookseller should not go confused that, oh God, I have to supply so many parameters to a BookScan system and I don't want to participate. It's a very simplified format and we work with retailers. So my tech team works with you in case you have trouble in sending us the data. Once you have those, then it means you get into the trial or a test phase. And test phase goes for 6 to 9 months. It's because of you understand how we are processing your data. So every week you send us your data, and when I say your data means everything that you're selling from your bookstore that you send across to us. And we process that data into my system, which is based out of UK. And then we produce a report of your data that we have processed and understood your sales data correctly. It should not be the case you are producing a book, have the ISBN, and we are converging that into some different book. So all of those happens in the test phase. Once you are happy, we will also do combining your test results with the other bookstores so that you can see what kind of reports being generated by the system. And once everything is being signed off, we go live. So it's like a journey of 6 to 9 months, and you will go through that and you feel more confident in the Nielsen system when you supply us the data.
Right, thank you so much for the explanation. Okay, we're going to do another video. This video would be basically on the publisher's perspective.
Benefits for the retailers.
Okay, what are the benefits for the retailers?
So, the benefits for the retailers are namely, I can give you from top of my mind. One is you understand the stock selections by your knowledge and experience of you being in this industry for a long, long time. But what data does it is helps you in your merchandiser to do a right stock selection, because you might be knowing 50 book, 100 book by recall, but then what it helps you, it giving you a kind of stock selections. Then also it helps you that it becomes a common currency between you and publishers. So you understand you are putting so much efforts of selling your particular publisher's books, and then you can do what kind of marketing budget, promotion program that you want to run it, because you are putting such efforts for that book. You can also look at that publisher is pushing some book into your store, but when you look at the data, you say that this book hasn't worked well or has worked well, I want to keep such and such stock. It also helps you to understand the seasonality, that when the people wants to come to your bookstore and when you want to stock, you prepare for yourself. And also it helps you in taking the right decision at the right time. So you can spot unusual titles. So you might have thought this title might not have worked, but when you look at the market, you may say that, okay, this book is really selling well in the market and I also want to stock it. There are a lot of discounting happens because you are in this market as an online player. You might want to control it by talking to the publisher. So all of those benefits are attached. Apart from that, as I said, that until you see the data, you won't be able to measure yourself, your performance against the market. It means you can measure your market share. So, for example, your market share is 5%, and you want to grow your market share to 7% or 8% in the time to come. Which areas you have to focus upon. So we as a client servicing people comes to your office and make the annual market presentations. You understand where you have lagged, where you have done well, and then you can grow your business based on that. And there are multiple, I can go on and tell you about the benefits, but there are multiple benefits attached to that, to the retailer. All these benefits that they draw without investing any money on it. The only thing that they do by participating in the panel, by sharing their sales data, and everything that I talked about is that they receive free of charge, which is another cute for
Oh, that's very good. I mean, if booksellers don't pay anything, why not, right? It's going to help our business without needing to pay anything. All right, thank you very much, Vikrant.
Thank you.